again, dreamers, it's Anna and welcome back to Dreamer Designs YouTube channel, a place for DIY crafts and, more importantly, tips and tricks to help your diamond painting experience more fun and easier. And today I'm going to give you my personal top 5 tips and tricks. Before you guys continue watching this video though, please don't forget, if you have not yet, to subscribe to Dreamer Designs, click that notification bell, and like this video. Alright you guys, let's dig on in. Alright. So the very first tip that I always start off with when people ask me how much I get so much done in one day is to lessen the amount of distractions that you have while you're working. Obviously go to the bathroom before you start working, eat before you start working. Those are very bad distractions when you're trying to do something, and that's all my mind can think about is like, oh man, I should have eaten before I started, I'm hungry, my tummy's rumbling, or I should have gone to the bathroom, I have to get up again. Just take care of that stuff before you start. Also, don't work with kiddos around, don't work with too much people or distracting you, asking you questions. Work when you can sit down and relax and not have to worry about anything else. If you have to have something on the TV, don't watch something that you haven't seen yet, because then you're just distracted. You're looking up and paying attention to that, and all of a sudden half an hour passed and you realize you haven't touched anything. And another not so obvious one that I like to tell people to do is stretch before you start working, especially if you work on a flat surface like this. I stretch my neck, my fingers, my legs, and I also do that during work so it doesn't hurt after I'm done working. So that is my first tip. Okay, tip number 2, work in small sections. I am always asked, oh my gosh, how do you work with squares instead of rounds? How do you work with confetti-filled canvases, large canvases? And I always say, calm down. It's not bad, just work in smaller sections. And so I'm going to show you guys what I did with Sledding to Town by Chuck Pinson. This is a 90 by 60. So what I did was I sectioned off the canvas with washi tape, like I did with Grumpy Cats. And so this way I'm not focused on the entire thing. I have this one section right here that I can work on. It's less stressful, it's less anxiety filled, and this way you won't miss a lot of symbols. You will have less colors, and it's just faster to work this way. Moving right along to tip number 3, and that's to keep your tray right next to your work area. That's less arm movement and it's faster that way. So I'm going to point you down to Sledding to Town again, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So say I'm working right here in this section right here. I've got my tray full of invisible diamonds and my pen right here. So if I'm working down here, this is all that arm movement that I'm wasting, and there's also a chance that your diamond could accidentally fall off your pen and fall into this section right here. And if this section is done, then sometimes it blends in with the space right here, and then you're like, where did that drill go? So if you move your tray right here, right to this section that you're working, and you pick up the diamond, you don't even have arm movement, all you have is your wrist movement. So this is eliminated, and this makes you go faster. Tip number 4 is to keep your bags or containers in the same order the entire time you're working, so that way you are taking less time to search for that bag or container again, because they're right in the same spot. And the longer you work, the more your memory will just remember, boom, that's where it is, and you won't have to think about it. So here I've got my container thing that I made in my last video. I have my insert here to keep the place of the bag. That way they stay in the exact same spot, and I don't have to look for it as much as the longer I work, because it's always in that same exact spot. Let me move on to a container that I have for Sledding to Town. If I have these right here, this is a Dory storage container, size large by the way, available on Amazon. If I have this container right here and I move it over here instead, and I just, you know, randomly keep putting containers everywhere, my mind's not going to remember that spot right there. And so I'm gonna have more time trying to find that container, trying to find that symbol, and you're just gonna be wasting time looking for symbols instead of working. And lastly, tip number 5, if you are a single place user instead of a multi-place user, you've probably felt that monotonous feeling of just placing down diamonds one by one in a row in order, and sometimes it just gets super boring, right? So I always suggest using the checkerboard method, which is placing one diamond down, skip diamond until you get that checkerboard look, right? And so that lessens the amount of boredom you get, keeps it more entertained, and there's also some benefits to that. So I'm going to show you guys how that works right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what was your favorite tip, and if you have any other tips or tricks or suggestions for other videos, please let me know in the comments below as well. And if you're new here and you have not done it yet, please don't forget to subscribe to Dreamer Designs, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Alright, you guys, I will see you next time, and don't forget to paint with passion.